Hi, I'm Justin Keener from Game the Brain, and we're going to set up VSCODIUM. Okay, first is we have to go to the main website and learn the winget um, install VSCODIUM if you're using Windows, or you can use call it snap install classic um, Codium classic, or you can use FlatHub. So here's the FlatHub install code. Let's make sure that we say yes. Okay, now let's see if this works. Um, okay, sometimes that takes multiple tries. Uh, okay, let's see. Okay, let's see if that really did work. Um, so we'll use the launch code to run it. Okay, it looks like it's a fresh install. I was able to properly uninstall everything. Okay, so I don't need to read this. Okay, the first thing we need to do is go to extensions, this little bunch of squares, install GitHub pull requests. It's installing. Okay, now that it's installed, we have to sign in. We have to copy this. I'm putting it in a notepad. And then copy the link. And then open it in the appropriate uh, uh, window, because browser, because depends on which browser has okay, so you have to configure it. One of the things you have to configure this on your cell phone. So if this is your so you have to configure it on your cell phone. You have to download it and log in. Download the GitHub app on your cell phone and log in. So use mobile access. I'm gonna turn on my phone. Where's my GitHub app? I'm gonna turn it on and I'm gonna type 83. I'm gonna approve it. And it takes some time. This does not happen immediately for it to recognize. So next is we go back to VSCODIUM. It looks like it's already detected. Yeah. So let's manage some. We trust everything. And we have to add a folder to the workspace. So in my main work folder, I will trust this folder. Okay. So I can go here. Doesn't seem like okay, so we go next. Okay, after setting that up, after setting up the extension, we have to create our workspace. So first we go to Explorer. We have to open a, Okay, give it some time. Unlike the Windows version, which is a bit smoother, this thing tends to hang a bit. Okay. Okay, I think it doesn't hang. It's a bit more um yeah. So there. Okay, so requests a window, but it doesn't alert. So you don't know what this is actually requesting me to detect the window. Okay, so there. I have a folder where it will pull um files down. So first call this, we'll have to always set up a new terminal. So this is the a lot of commands will be through here. So okay, let's connect to my Git repository. So um I'll have to copy the code here. So let's go to Cephas engine character generator. So you'll notice a lot of like changes and tests I've done. So let's go to the Git, go back to VSCODIUM and clone Git repository here. So it should appear in the folder. Okay, did that properly work? Okay, it's asking me to check folder again. It, so I have to, would you like to open the cloned repository or add it to a current workspace? Uh, let's just open a new window for it. Okay, that was a bad idea. That's how different is that from this? Okay, so that means I have two business codiums working. I Okay, so this is the um, VSCODIUM. Now, this is a pull from call this what you call this this is pulling information from the GitHub to my local copy. Now, there's something you have to double check when you're doing this. Is you have to check the um, if you set up the remote properly. So first, I have to check if remote. So I have to verify remote. Huh. Not a Git repository or any parent or mount point. Stopping file system. Oh, okay, sorry. I have to cd change directory to this copy. Oh, okay, sorry, I forgot one more character. Slash. See if I forgot. Isn't that correct? Okay, I have to um call this. I have to check if the directory is working. Uh, call this. So I had to double check. cd Cepis engine character generator. It doesn't seem to work. Oh, I'm already there. Oh, okay. So that means I can use the. I'm already here, but how come it doesn't show? Okay, let's try see remote. Oh, okay. So it's there already. That is strange. So um, first is uh, call this. We check. So what does this mean? This means call this. So basically, call this fetch. Origin is the default name given to the remote repository where I cloned this from. It's basically an alias for the full URL of the repository. Um, Fetch indicates the URL is where the local repository fetches updates from. Push is where I push this to. So I push it to this, I fetch it from this. Okay. Um, okay, now that I've established that um, it, um, what you call this, it pushes, from, I'm able to pull and push from this. Let's try to make some simple edits. So here I'm in the README, how to test. Okay, so origins. Let's just put origins. Origins. Um, yeah. Let's also put setting up Ubuntu VSCODIUM 23.11.03. Okay. Now I guess we have to save it. Control S. Ooh, what's this? It says there's changes that have been made. So this is part where this is the part where I have a lot of problems with. So um, call this. So there are two commands that you tend to use a lot. There is git pull origin main, telling me to get files from the origin from this, and git push origin main. So I'm gonna push right now. Push origin main. So there's two ways to do it. There's the way where I click this, and there's the way that I'm gonna use this terminal. So for the purpose of this tutorial, we're gonna do both because sometimes the other works and the other doesn't work. I don't know why. So let's see. Commit. There are no stages to commit. Would you stage all of it? Cancel. But commit. Always, I guess we're gonna stage it, meaning we got to make sure your username and user email in Git. So open Git log. So okay, so this one in a lot of tutorials are not covered because everyone's already configured their Git. So for this exercise, we're That's why it was important for me to refresh everything, so that assuming you're really new into this, we're gonna set up your git config. So this is Justin Aquino at gameinthebrain.com, and this is Justin Aquino, Game in the Brain. Game in the Brain. Aquino. So let's put the and to combine them. And then let's put it in terminal. Will that work? Justin Aquino. Justin Aquino. GameInTheBrain.com. Okay, so let's try again. Commit. Okay, so it'll ask me to edit this. So VSCODIUM setup for Ubuntu 2204 at 231103. So okay, where do you once you're say you can press Control S and you use the check accept commit message. So it'll have these sync changes. So okay, the action will pull and push commits from and to origin. So it's gonna sync. It's gonna go up. It's gonna push up. Extension GitHub wants to sign in to GitHub. So this is where it will every time. Okay, copy. So we're gonna do this again. It's gonna try to log in, but my default is different. So I can't use that browser because that browser logs into a different GitHub. It logs into a different GitHub. Okay, we have to authorize it to push up so that no one else can just push up. And okay, let's see if it's updated. Okay, origins, nice. So it's updated. So okay, that's one. Let's try to do it with okay, so let's make some changes here. Let's pull this as the new copy. So there's these changes origin. Okay, test for pull 231103. Okay, so what do we do after making that? Let's commit those changes. Okay, main branch. And let's go back. Oh, sorry. Let's see if it's. So these are test for pull is there. And let's look at our VSCODIUM. Is test for pull in the yep, test for pull is not there. Because to periodically git fetch, I guess yes. So we wanna sync. Okay. Test for pull. Did that just appear? Huh. Test for pull just looks like it. Test for pull appeared. Let's try it again. Just so that if it's not our imagination. Okay, let's test for pull. Okay, let's try test for pull. There. Again, test for pull. Uh, test again. Test again. Okay. So let's commit changes. So let's watch this carefully. Okay. Okay, it's working. So now we're able to pull and push. And let's try again. Test for push. Okay. Okay, so test for push. We control S to save. And it appears here. We want to commit it. And we want to say, okay, test for push. We say yes, save. We want to sync. Okay. And did it reflect? Okay, origin. Test again. Test for push. So, okay, pretty much that's the way you can sync the two. So now they're synced. So the workflow is that start of the day. Sorry, before the start of the day, first determine what is the single point of truth. If the single point of truth is this is the website, then you will have to pull and pull every time. So you're gonna pull. So you're gonna sync and pull, and every time you start opening a desktop. So if I open my Windows, I will have to pull. If I am call this, if I want to make call this, if I want to work on different things, I'll have to make branches and forks of this, and then later on merge them. Um, so how is branches applicable to here? So Cepheus character generator. So I'm gonna have several changes planned for this. This is based on P. Gorman's project. I will make it for Cepheus engine. So I first have to fix the. So if you look at it here, open new tab. I made some changes. I made this giant. When you're old, your vision's so bad. So I have a very simple script that I did not make. I used the AI to make it. Very simple. The problem I had was the trial and error because I could not see it. I could not check it side by side. That's why I needed the VSCODIUM to be able to um, have the feedback mechanism. And there's no memorizing. I don't believe you can just make yourself memorize anything. You have to apply and use it. And the best way to apply and use it is through the trial and error. That will happen when you make changes to the code and look at its outcome. And your curious mind will wonder, why is this working but and not working at the same time. So we're defaulting with the verbose. Um, Later on we'll call this the mechanics are pretty much similar. The main I'm planning to do is I'm planning to change the attributes to be more newbie friendly. So it's gonna be spelled out. It's gonna be verbose. It's gonna be spelled out, and I'm gonna change there's going to be an education. There's going to be a background role, which will determine the kind of world the person comes from, and then there will be the education role that needs to be introduced, which is that's the difference between the classic traveler and the Cepheus engine. So and of course, when I'm done with the rules as written, there's some problems with the rules as written, which I addressed in our product. We addressed in our product in the call this first in the variant combat rules, and later on we addressed it in the free product you can get. Cepheus engine combat cards. The full size preview is available, and you can really read the rules in detail. What was the changes? And if you look at it, if you're able to see it, there's a side by side comparison to the rules as written and easy fix. So we're gonna apply these. Mechanics. Um, Call this. Uh, so yeah. Um, this tutorial is meant for people really getting into VS Code and really new. Uh, and you're in a hurry. You don't want to do all the trial and error which I did. And since VS Codium changes very frequently, the 7-month-old tutorial that I saw that you can find about setting up VS Codium and GitHub was already obsolete. So I'm sure someone will probably read this, notice there's a deviation between my tutorial, and build on it. So hopefully someone else will maintain it. Okay. So this is Justin Aquino. Call this signing off. Hope good luck in this. I hope it's still pretty much the same when you get it. And yeah, uh, good luck in your learning journey.